Mgwalana Pass takes its name from a small village on the eastern side of this traverse. The pass is located on an unnamed gravel road which connects the R410 near Kala to the R58, which is the main access route between Elliot and Ngobo in the Eastern Cape. The road is not regularly maintained and is in a poor condition, but could be driven in any high-clearance vehicle provided that the weather conditions allow. Like most of the roads in this area, the pass offers up some beautiful views over the surrounding landscape, as well as a delightful glimpse into the lifestyle of true rural South Africans. We filmed this pass from east to west to take advantage of the lighting conditions at the time, but most people would probably drive this pass in the opposite direction for the first time. It begins at the crossing of a small stream, then climbs immediately into a 90-degree right-hand bend. The road is in a terrible condition at this point, with deep ruts and corrugations caused by water runoff, so choose your driving lines carefully. This part of the traverse passes through a small village, so be on the lookout for small children and animals. Now heading directly north, the road straightens out for 300 meters, then swings back to the left through another 90-degree corner. The small attractive trees scattered about in the village are probably protected by the headman. If not, they would have been cut down for firewood, as evidenced by the denuded landscape outside of the built-up area. The road condition improves considerably as the pass straightens out and climbs for another 300 meters towards the low hill directly in front of you. At the 1.3 kilometer point, the summit of the pass is reached in the middle of a short, sharp S-bend. At this point, a stunning view over the river valley far below is presented, and the remainder of the pass can be seen winding its way down the hillside towards the west. This is an excellent spot to stop and take a photo or two, particularly if you're here in the soft morning light. There's a minor road leading off to the left, which is an access route to the radio towers on the hill to the south, so ignore this and continue along the more obvious route. The descent begins, but the gradient is reasonably gentle along this section. After a straight of 280 meters, the road turns to the right through 90 degrees, following the rocky ridge high above you. Baboons are common here, so always be alert when you see these animals, as they have a habit of scampering across the road directly in front of your vehicle. A long section of 1.3 kilometers is now encountered as the road twists and turns its way down into the valley. The road condition has deteriorated in many places, sometimes forcing you to drive very close to the sharp drop-offs on the right-hand side. A completely unobstructed view of the rivers, hills and valley is presented, with the high Drakensberg dominating the skyline in the far distance, but a degree of concentration on your driving is required, so try not to be too distracted. At the 3.1 kilometer point, the road again turns through 90 degrees and heads directly into the north. The gradient decreases and the terrain flattens out a little as the pass negotiates a series of small streams. And there's no doubt that these would become a problem when the weather is wet. There's a shallow S-bend in the middle of this section as the road crosses over a small bridge, then it straightens out again for another 400 meters before turning back through a long gentle left-hand curve towards the west. The gradient flattens out again to the point where it's almost level, and the road condition improves somewhat as the pass heads towards another small settlement. The tarred road that you can see climbing up the valley in front of you is the Kala Pass. The weather could not have been more perfect on the day of filming, but this is not always the case. This area is sometimes blanketed in snow during the winter months, and the Kala Pass is often closed to traffic. More domestic livestock is encountered as you enter the next little village, and the likelihood of meeting up with another vehicle increases. Be sure to watch part 2 of the Mgwalana Pass.